Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can easily integrate any website from any server to your WordPress website. If you are looking for a way that user clicks a link on any of the website and it takes the user to the WordPress website without asking for any further user ID and password, this is your option. This is only applicable is if your WordPress website is restricted for the subscribers only. If it is a public website, then you don't need to follow the instructions. So what you really need to do is to first set up this a small login form which will submit the login credential to the WordPress website. Now, since we'll be using the same credentials for all the users, what I have done is that set up a common user and use that password here. I am still passing on the user ID that I am receiving from the um, originating server, but you can also hard code it if you need. So this form is basically a standard HTML form which submits the login credential to the WordPress login. And here at the port line, I have also placed a parameter to redirect the incoming user to any particular page of the WordPress. So for example, if the user is clicking for, let's say, football on your originating website, and you have a particular page on your WordPress which matches to football, then this kind of redirection will be helpful. I'll explain that how this part really works. Now, the workflow is user clicks the link on the originating website. It does a form submission on a custom file that resides on the WordPress website, do some processing and generate the user ID and the password. In this case, this is hard coded, and then submit it to WordPress. So this is like a middleware sitting between WordPress and the originating website and doing some custom authentication. So to automate this submission process, we'll have to add a on page load parameter. So this would be this part of the code. I'll add all this code in the summary section so you can copy it. So if I add this code, what will happen once this HTML page will load? The page will be automatically submitted to WordPress login. So as long as the user ID and the password is correct, WordPress will allow you to log in. Now, moving forward, the next part is to do the custom authentication or validation to make sure that the users that are coming from the originating website are actually coming from your targeted website and not from any other random website, right? Otherwise, the security is highly compromised. So what I have done on the originating website, I have created some key. So the key is really very basic. It's a hash of current timestamp and one particular word that is already known to both the originating website and the WordPress website. Key 2, I just created it, but I am not really using it at this moment. Then I am also checking for the remote address. So I'm checking for the IP from what this request is coming. So in my case, my originating website has a static IP. So I know if the request is coming from that website or any other website. I know the client ID. My client is already logged in my originating website. So I'll be picking up the client ID from there. Time, I'm just taking it just in case if I need to do some troubleshooting while I am comparing the hash values. Screen title. So this is basically I am also bringing in some cue from the originating website that where exactly the user is clicking that link so that I know that which part of the WordPress I should load. Date, I am doing this to generate a hash on the WordPress website and compare it with the key one and let know that okay, it is being generated on the very same day. By doing this, even if the user somehow managed to come back on this page with the same value, to the next day, it will not work and system will reject. So whatever validation I am doing, it has now a very only 24 hours lifespan. So little bit like trying to um, secure it even further. Then I'm doing a whitelisted IP. So these are the IPs that I will let pass through. If the request is coming from this IP, I will let it go. Let the user go to the WordPress website. Then I have the redirect too. So this is where I am creating the URL of the WordPress website where the user will ultimately land in. Here under the auth key, I am doing a SSH 256 hash based on whatever was the client username and the date that I have created on line 8. And then finally, I am doing a basic check that if the referral IP is in this array, or if this auth key is equal to the key that I am receiving from the originating website, I will let the user pass. So my final code will look something like this. Okay. So I come here, everything is fine. I load the form, I auto submit the form, and that's about it. And since these form are all in hidden type, so user will not really know that you are actually submitting a form in the back. And once if to keep the user occupied for this time, I am also putting this word this wait, so user will know that they will be moving to somewhere else. And that's about it. Once you learn on the website, WordPress website, user can just move around and see whatever you have made them available. And if any of this process fail, I am exiting the process saying, okay, access forbidden. So if the key does not match, or if the user ID does not match, we will exit the application. So this way, with this help of this simple middleware, you can easily integrate your WordPress website and any other application website that you have. Hope you have found this solution handy. Thank you very much.